Well, let's start with a big breaking update coming in. Just a while back, we're learning that External Affairs Minister Jaishankar spoke to his Iranian counterpart and discussed the situation in West Asia. This was the third conversation between the two leaders ever since the war has started. Taking to social media, the External Affairs Minister has said, and I quote, a detailed conversation this evening with Foreign Minister of Iran on the latest development regarding the ongoing conflict. We agreed to remain in touch. The two ministers have spoken twice earlier on Feb 28th, and that's the day when the war started, and then on March 5th as well. Iran is quite important for India. There are thousands of Indians who study there and are employed as well. Iran is also key to our energy security and includes many important suppliers of oil as gas as well. In that backdrop, the phone conversation that was held between the two leaders was quite important. On that, let me go across to consulting editor Srinjoy Chaudhary. Good morning, Srinjoy. Take us through what was discussed in this conversation between External Affairs Minister and his counterpart in Iran.
Iran and India have a long civilizational relationship that goes back many thousand years. It's not about the governments of Iran and India, it's about the people of Iran and India. They have been in touch for many, many years. And these civilizational ties are important for both countries. Now, naturally, the war was discussed, and this is the third time both they have spoken. And if it is important, it is because it is one way that the war could come to an end, because another country, one country that knows Iran quite well and knows the Americans quite well is India. So India can play a role if, of course, both sides want India to play a role. But the important thing for India is to stay in touch with both countries and see if India can be of any help. India has also been seen by other countries as the one country that can help to end the war in the Ukraine, between Russia and Ukraine. But that war has been going on for over 4 years. The whole point is that for India, it is important to stay in touch with both sides. Also, Iran is so close to India. India has strong ties with India, with Iran, Chabahar, lots of other issues. So as a result, it is important for Jaishankar, External Affairs Minister, to be in touch with the Iranians.
Absolutely, and the relationship is also quite important in that backdrop. This meeting, this phone conversation was also very important between the External Affairs Minister and his counterpart there in Iran. Stay on with us, Enjoy. We have another breaking update coming in. Let's now tell you about the Strait of Hormuz, world's most important energy waterway that carries 1/5 of the crude oil. It has been blocked by Iran, and now just a while back we're learning that US President Donald Trump has said that American forces have destroyed Iranian mine-laying vessels near the waterway, and those are the visuals that you can see on the screen as well of the Iranian vessels, and especially the Iranian mine-laying vessels that have been hit near the waterway that is the Strait of Hormuz. Now, in a social media post, Donald Trump has said, and I quote, that the military had carried out the strikes within the past few hours. I am pleased to report that within the last few hours, we have hit and completely destroyed 10 inactive mine-laying boats or ships, with more to follow. So that's also a threat that has been given by Donald Trump as well. He has said that more will be following in the next few hours. This claim comes amid the growing concern that Iran may attempt to mine the waterway, roughly 20% of the global oil consumption that moves through this waterway each day. It is located between Iran and Oman there on the map. Iran's IRGC had earlier warned that ships passing through this channel could be targeted as well. And in that backdrop, the Strait of Hormuz holds a lot of importance. It's the world's most important energy waterway that carries about 1/5 of the crude oil. Let me take you through the visuals that have been put up by US. In fact, here you can see these are the Iranian mine-laying vessels, as they have claimed, in the Strait of Hormuz that has been bombed by the United States. These are the vessels or ships that Donald Trump has said has been bombed. Remember, this is Strait of Hormuz that has been blocked by Iran. And just a while back, Donald Trump has said that American forces have destroyed the Iranian mine-laying vessels near the waterway. And in fact, he has also gone to give a threat as well that more will be following in the coming hours as well. On that, let me once again bring in my colleague Srinjoy on that. Srinjoy, we are learning that small number of mines were placed in the Strait of Hormuz, and now that has been destroyed by the United States. Give us more details on this, and also tell us how crucial is this waterway, not just for other countries, but also for India.
As you rightly said, 20% of the oil moves through the Straits of Hormuz. So if the Straits of Hormuz is closed, then it means serious trouble for the oil industry. But as far as the straits are concerned, there are many ways of ensuring that there is no traffic. One way of doing it is actually attacking, in fact, just threatening shipping companies is good enough to an extent. Because if you say that we are going to attack you, and can you imagine how easy a target it is and how difficult it is to defend a tanker going through a very narrow straits, when the tanker can be hit by an anti-ship missile, when the tanker can be hit by a fire from a battery on the coast, or it can be hit through drones. So if there are all these possibilities, and the Iranians have drones, the Iranians have anti-ship missiles, then quite naturally it's a risk. Now, President Trump has said that they will, his Navy will escort tankers. But if you're a shipping company owner, would you want your ships to be in the line of fire? Would you want to take that risk? Plus, it's not just about ships. It's also about personnel, the captain of the ship, all the others in the ship. Now, would these people want to take that risk? That's really the question. And at this point, as you had rightly said, that very, very few ships have actually gone through the Straits of Hormuz in these last 12 days. And that's not surprising. Who wants to get into the line of fire? And yes, President Trump has said that he will take action against mine layers, and he has. Yes, he will escort all the tankers, and he will pay for the insurance to a large extent.
Right.
But at the end of the day, will shipping companies be keen to do this? That's really the question.
Absolutely, because this waterway is very important. 1/5 of the crude oil passes through this. And in the last few days, we are learning that only 45 ships have been allowed to pass through this. And that has led to the oil crisis in the entire world. Stay on with us. We have another breaking update coming in.